Hey there. I had a really fun experience last night, and it's lasting. I love the feeling of it. It's lasting through the hours of the night and into the morning. But so I was listening to a podcast by one of my friends. Her name is JJ Brighton, and she has the podcast Activations with JJ, and she does a lot of other things too. And she has this modality called Multidimensional Soul Integration. And last night, as I was listening to her podcast, a aspect of my soul wanted to integrate, and it was so much fun. So a little bit of detail behind it. Multidimensional soul integration is where you become aware of aspects of yourself, that the multidimensional aspects of yourself that are ready to integrate into your current timeline, your we'll just leave it at that, your current timeline. So many concepts to explain all in one little video here, so I'm not going to do that. Just, it's when different aspects, different parts of you from different timelines, different lives, different dimensions, multidimensional parts of you want to integrate and be expressed in the current timeline that you're experiencing in this 3D life. So as I was listening to the podcast and remembering my previous experiences with multidimensional soul integration, I suddenly had the knowing that there was an aspect of me that was ready to integrate. And so I paid attention to it, and I think I was brushing my teeth. Things always come when I'm brushing my teeth, or, in that space of cleaning things up, whatever. So as I tuned into it, so I became aware of it. It was on the back left side of my body, like back behind me. I became aware of that energy there. And as I tuned into it, like became curious about it, I'm like, oh, it's a brontosaurus. It's a green brontosaurus. And so I could feel this brontosaurus behind me, and I'm asking it, what are you representing, and what is, you ask different questions like, what dimension are you from, and are you male or female, like masculine, feminine, things like that. So as you're going through multidimensional soul integration with JJ, you learn these different things to ask to help get a clear picture of why this part of you wants to integrate, why now, what is it that you want to express out into the reality of this timeline. So as I talked with this brontosaurus telepathically and got these different visions and things of it, it was representing, it was very earthy. Very earthy. One of the questions you might ask is this galactic? Is this elemental? So this brontosaurus is very earthy, very elemental. And it was representing strong, bold, very bold love. Gentle, but strong. And it was ready to integrate within my being. And even as I'm saying it now, I can feel it in my body. And then as these parts of us integrate, they're going to integrate into different areas of your body for different reasons. And you don't always know what the reason is. So this brontosaurus integrated into mainly the left side of my body, into my bones. And as I continue to, and yes, so the fairies are like right over here beside me, and they're like, don't forget about us. So they really love this brontosaurus. They're having a lot of fun with the brontosaurus. I'm having fun with the whole concept and the feeling and the energy that it's bringing. And at the same time, as I'm mentally processing and consciously and subconsciously processing too, it makes sense to me, because everything that I've ever been drawn to with energy and energy healing and learning about energy all goes back to love. It all goes back to love. And there's a lot of different places, a lot of different directions that I go with my learnings, because I'm guided to them. And I think one of the main messages coming through, which isn't the first time I've heard this message, but sometimes we need to keep hearing the messages, right? is just bring it back to love. Just bring it back to love. Bring it back to love. You can't go wrong. When you're trying to make decisions about something, maybe on the fence or whatever, what's the loving choice? What's the loving choice? What's the loving choice? So, bold, strong, but gentle love. So, thank you, Mr. Brontosaurus. Actually, this one, I say Mr. Well, no, maybe it's changing and shifting a little bit. At first, the energy was more feminine than masculine, but now as I'm speaking about it, so things are always oscillating and shifting. That's energy for you. And just go with the flow. Okay, until next time, enjoy the expansion.